last month, the National Strength and Conditioning Association published a research article on using the estimated repsal failure as a mechanism of calculating exercise intensity. Previously, in the literature, we have rate of perceived exertion and percentages being the two most common ways of calculating exercise intensity. So what this study did is it had subjects perform sets of 10 between 70 and 80% of their 1 rep max. And at the end of that set of 10, they were asked a question, they were asked both questions. Okay, what would you rate that on an RPE scale of 0 to 10? Or how many reps do you have left in the tank? What they found, or researchers found, was that they were much better at giving the estimated repsal failure than they were at giving the RPE. The estimated repsal failure had a bigger correlation and connection to the actual repsal failure as did RPE. Part of that has to do with the fact that the RPE is unitless, 0 to 10, but when we use estimated repsal failure, we're using repetitions that we're doing within that set as our unit. So how I would go about programming that would be here below. So this is a typical mesocycle. I like to stick with the same type of reps for the entire mesocycle. So week 1, we're working off heavy 5s. We'll leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank at the end of either your last set or the first set, and then have some drop-off sets. Week 2, the same exact thing, but now we're going to go a little bit heavier and only have 1 to 2 reps left in the tank. Week 3, week 4, this is going to be up to you how you set it up, but one of those weeks find a true 5 rep max, and then the other week it should be a deload week. Which week's up to you, completely personal preference. Some people like taking 1 week off and peaking for week 4. Some people like going heavy week 3, taking a deload for week 4 before starting a new training cycle. Completely up to you. So the one limitation that we're going to have with estimated repsal failure is that it's not going to be used very well for weightlifting movements. Most of the time weightlifting movements do not follow the typical strength of pressing, pushing, pulling, squatting, reps and sets and rep ranges, right? So we're not going to be doing many movements that have 2 to 3 reps left in the tank when most of our sets are only 2 to 3 repetitions. So weightlifting, we're going to have to stick with the percentage-based programming and RPE because it's going to be a lot harder for us to really use this estimated repsal failure, because it would pretty much, most of the programs be, okay, leave 1 rep in the tank. Leaving 2 reps in the tank might be too much. Leaving 1 rep in the tank might be too much if we're going 90 to 100%. So give it a shot, let me know what you think. I think it's going to be a really good way of calculating intensity and almost replacing this RPE value that gives us a lot of problems.